Hello students, in the last lecture we have seen the thermostatic expansion valve, orifice tube and a thermostat. These three things were used for controlling the refrigerant flow in the evaporator according to the pressure in the evaporator. Now in today's lecture we will see what is meant by this refrigerant. Now air conditioning refrigerant transfers heat from the inside of a vehicle to the condenser located in front of the vehicle. Now this refrigerant is the working substance in this air conditioning system. Okay, so it is a liquid which is circulating inside the air conditioning system. A refrigerant absorbs heat when it changes the state from liquid to gas. So as you know, when we supply heat to liquid, it gets converted into gas. In similar fashion, these refrigerants operate. It absorbs heat and it changes its state from the liquid to gas. One of the first was CFC12, commonly referred to as R12 or its brand name as Ferron, a trade name of DuPont Corporation. So what was happening? This refrigerant, okay, which were used, means popular refrigerant which was used was this CFC, chlorofluorocarbon, and it was given a 12 number and a short form of a R12, and this R12 was the means the commercial name was the Ferron. Okay, so this was available in the market on the name of this Ferron, and it was sold by this DuPont Corporation. The CFC12 consists of one carbon atom surrounded by two chlorine and two fluorine atoms, and it was called a chlorofluorocarbon CFC compound. So CFC12 consists of one carbon, and this one carbon atom was surrounded by two chlorine and two fluorine atoms, and its chemical name was difluoromethane. So this was its chemical name. The chlorine atoms that are believed to contribute to destroying of the ozone layer in our atmosphere. So this ferron, this CFC12, consists of these two chlorine atoms, and these chlorine atoms are responsible for destroying the ozone layer in our upper atmosphere. Then these refrigerants HFC-134A, which is known as R124A, has replaced the chlorofluorocarbon 12 CFC12. Here they have given us CFC12 and HFC-134A boiling temperatures at the various pressures. Now see here, this is the temperature, this one is the pressure, okay, and this one is the pressure of HFC 134A. So what is the thing here? So here at this pressure, okay, and at this temperature, this refrigerant boils. Okay, we know water boils at 100 degrees centigrade, provided that the pressure should be atmospheric pressure. If the pressure falls below atmospheric pressure, okay, then the water boils at a low temperature. Okay, so this is similar fashion here also you can see here. So as we can see, there is an increase in the pressure of this refrigerant, their boiling point also increases. Okay, so this is the unique, we can say, science. Okay, the boiling point depends upon the temperature. Okay, this is our science, and this science we are using in this refrigeration. HFC 134A, it consists of two carbon atoms and four fluorine atoms plus two hydrogen atoms. So in HFC 134A, there is no any chlorine atom. Okay, and it is called as a hydrofluorocarbon. The chemical name is R134A and it is tetrafluoroethene. Okay, DuPont calls it HFC 134A SUA. So it is sold by the DuPont, and they are uh, they have given them a name. Okay, and that is HFC 134A. Boiling point and operation characteristics, okay, of CFC12 and HFC 134A are similar. You can see here it is quite similar fashion. The important property of a refrigerant that we are using is the pressure and its boiling point. So if you want to replace any refrigerant by any another refrigerant, you have to check the pressure and boiling characteristics of the earlier refrigerant and compare with our new refrigerant. This HFC 134A properties, okay, this that is the pressure and boiling point that are very close with the CFC12. That is why they have replaced this with HFC 134A. CFC12 has been replaced by HFC 134A. Now we have to take one small note. Look at the size of a blue HFC 134A, a 30-pound container, compared to a white CFC12 30-pound container. The blue R134A container is large because it takes more HFCA to achieve 30 pounds. So the density of this 134A is less. That is why we are requiring this large volume of 134A. HFC 134 is a small molecule and can easily leak out through a small holes or opening in the system. SUA requires a refrigerant hose to contain a barrier to stop the penetration through the microscopic holes. Now this one is this molecules is very small, and due to which what happens, it has a very high tendency of leakage. That is why they are telling us to use hoses, okay, which will act as a barrier to stop penetration. Take down the next note. Many vehicle manufacturers started using barrier type refrigerant hose in late 1980s, anticipating conversion from CFC12 to HFC 134A in future models. Now, why this R134A was used in CFC12? Now CFC12 or R12 was replaced by R134A. Why was this done? This was done because of this ozone layer. The chlorine atoms in the uh, R12 refrigerant causes this ozone layer to destroy, and due to this the harmful ultraviolet rays can easily come into the earth atmosphere, and these are very harmful for human beings and plants on the earth. Now here they have told us how this ozone is destroyed. Okay, now here this is not so much important to us, but I have just here given you a detail. Okay, now this Montreal protocol. Okay, now what is this Montreal? Montreal is a one city in Canada. In that city, one conference was arranged. The purpose of this conference was slowly we have to phase out the use of these chlorofluorocarbons, means the refrigerant which contains the chlorine atoms, okay, in order to protect the ozone layer. So here they have given this Montreal Protocol, and this protocol tells us that for our environment we have to stop the use of this R12 refrigerant. Instead of this R12 we have to use the R134A refrigerant, or the refrigerant that contains no chlorine atoms. Okay. Now there are certain frequently asked questions. Is carbon dioxide the next refrigerant? Now many researchers are telling that carbon dioxide is also a substance that can has a property of a refrigerant. Okay. Now what is answer to this question is not likely. While carbon dioxide CO2, that is R744, is used on prototype vehicles such as Toyota fuel cell hybrid vehicle, it requires extremely high pressures, about 2000 psi, and it is not as efficient as refrigerant as R134A. Now see here, the carbon dioxide can work, but it requires a very high pressure of 2000 psi. This is a very high pressure, and it will require a very large amount of energy, and that is why it is not efficient as R134A. Okay. Now these are the same we have seen the refrigerants in our today's lecture. If you have any doubt, you can message me on WhatsApp. So the next lecture I will post you on your WhatsApp. You see this lecture and you find any doubt, you contact me or you can message me on WhatsApp. So thank you.